USA Sports, in association with Volvo Tennis, presents the 1985 Ambre Solaire World Team Cup. From the Rokas Club in Dusseldorf, West Germany, a beautiful setting for the 8th annual Ambre Solaire World Team Cup. It's the finals today on USA. 8 teams representing top players in 8 qualifying countries began the week here in Dusseldorf. Today, only 2 remain: the defending champion, United States, and the repeat finalist country, Czechoslovakia. And what a final it is, with John McEnroe facing Ivan Llendl in the opening singles match, followed by Jimmy Connors against the latest Czech sensation, Miloslav Mashir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here at the Rokas Club in Dusseldorf, West Germany. Beautiful day for tennis. I'm Barry McKay, along with John Parsons, who's been reporting tennis for a long time, 25 years to be exact. He's now with the Daily Telegraph and knows a great deal about this game. John, wonderful to have you with us.
It's delightful to be here.
We're in for a great afternoon of tennis. Ivan Llendl against John McEnroe. Of course, last year, McEnroe, the hot player on clay. This year, it's Ivan Llendl. What do you think we've got to look for today, John?
Well, I think a lot will depend on the tactics of the two men, particularly if Llendl can play as he did in New York recently at Forest Hills, where he really worried McEnroe with a lot of new things in his game. McEnroe was only saying this week how he was put off considerably by a backhand top-spin cross-court shot from Llendl. Llendl, as you know, usually goes down the line, particularly with his service returns, but he was catching McEnroe out with new shots, and I think McEnroe's got to find a way of counteracting that.
The second match, Miloslav Mashir from Czechoslovakia, a hot young player, one of the hottest in the game today, against Jimmy Connors. What about that match, John?
Just as fascinating as the first, and the interesting thing will be whether Mashir can manage to get his beautiful range of shots working. He can play almost every shot in the book. He has lovely angles, dinks, lobs, you name it, he can do it. But of course, Jimmy Connors is a great fighter. He'll be desperate to take revenge for that defeat in Philadelphia, so that's going to be very close too.
John, this event is likened to the Davis Cup, but it's slightly different. What about the format?
Well, different, of course, because here, as you said earlier, 8 teams in 4 groups, and they play on a round-robin basis, not the straight knockout. But I don't think there's any doubt that the best 2 teams have come through. After all, anyone looking at the program at the start of the week would have said we must have America and Czechoslovakia in the final, and that's what we've got.
Well, we've got a great afternoon of tennis, and of course, after the 2 singles matches, the doubles, Ken Flack and Robert Seguso from the United States against Ivan Llendl and Thomas Schmid. That could be the deciding match. Stay with us. It's a great afternoon of tennis right here on USA.
This dip is filthy.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Hey, where's the mobile station?
Why go there?
Mobile Super Unleaded gives my turbo better performance than ordinary gasoline.
Take a left at the sofa.
Do I make a right at the sofa to get to the mobile station?
Why?
My car runs better on higher octane Mobile Super Unleaded.
Take a left. That stuff really works.
It's been 42 years since Dannon introduced its yogurt to America. And since that time, more than 125 other brands have followed.
Josh.
But to anyone who appreciates how good a natural-tasting yogurt can make you feel, there's still only one. Dannon is yogurt, now in mini packs.
Introducing LaSalle, the new word for elegance. LaSalle, thin, perfect in a curved crystal watch. LaSalle, spirited, graphic in a ladder bracelet. LaSalle, rare, luxurious in the richly textured bracelet. LaSalle, the heritage is obvious.
Investing these days is a little bit like you playing tennis against Jimmy Connors. You're going to need all the professional help you can get. Payne Weber can supply that help. A full range of services and the financial advice to help you make those difficult decisions. Because at Payne Weber, we believe the quality of life just might depend on the quality of your investments.
Hey, great match.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Payne Weber. Next time I want those guys on my team, okay?
The 1985 Ambre Solaire World Team Cup is brought to you in part by Toyota's exciting cars and trucks for 1985. Toyota invites you to see them at your local dealer. By Dannon Yogurt. To anyone who really appreciates natural tasting yogurt, there's still only one. Dannon is yogurt. By Mobil Super Unleaded Gasoline. It's really powerful. By Seiko and your authorized Seiko dealer. This plaque is the sign you can trust when you want the best of Seiko. By the account executives of Payne Weber in over 285 offices nationwide. By Hilton, America's business address. What keeps America's business going is what keeps America's business coming to Hilton. And by Volvo, sponsors of Volvo Tennis, linking the world's great tennis events through television.
Back at the beautiful Rokas Club here in Dusseldorf, West Germany, and it couldn't be a finer day for a final match. John Parsons, we have a fabulous day, wonderful weather, a little bit of wind, but I'd say conditions just about perfect.
Absolutely. Perfect conditions for what we hope will be a perfect match, because there is so much interest in this fixture coming when it does, virtually on the eve of the French Championships, and the match that we expect to be replayed in 2 weeks' time in the final of Roland Garros.
Very important match. John McEnroe there on your screen warming up, and certainly a very, very important match for him. 26 years old. There's Ivan Llendl hitting a few warm-up serves. We're about a minute and a half before actual play begins here in the finals of the World Team Cup, sponsored by Ambre Solaire. Llendl serving much bigger lately than he has over the past few years. I think that might be a key to his recent success, John.
Yes, he's fitter, he's sharper, and he's certainly sharpened his serve tremendously. But you know, oddly enough, although we're all looking forward to this match, I suspect that deep down, perhaps these two guys would have preferred not to have been playing today, so close to Paris.
That's a good point, John. I'm sure anytime a major championship looms starting the next day, as it does now, the French, of course, starting tomorrow, Monday, in Paris, and these two players played in the finals last year. A lot of people in America saw that great match when McEnroe led 2-0 and then lost it in 5. So they probably would prefer to be out warming up somewhere on the outskirts of Paris than playing a big match here.
Absolutely. Psychologically, this could be very, very important as far as Paris is concerned.
Interestingly enough, John, as we look at the sidelights, McEnroe there without a coach, without a captain, very much on his own, as he seems to be throughout his entire career. On the other hand, Ivan Llendl is being coached today by Jan Kodeš, the great Czechoslovakian player. And do you think that'll have some bearing at all on the match?
I doubt it very much, because I think McEnroe is very much of an independent-minded person anyway, so I think he knows exactly what he wants to do. I think the interesting thing is here that Jan Kodeš is the Czechoslovakian Davis Cup coach anyway, and so it's much more of an official event for them than it is perhaps for the Americans.
Well, that's interesting. Of course, Kodeš coaching today, we've seen through the years, especially over the last couple of years, Wojtek Fibak has been on the sidelines a lot, but now the crowd responds as McEnroe walks over. A full house here, 7,500. Peter Kasavage there in the chair from San Francisco, California, one of the good umpires on the world circuit. And we are ready to start for a big match. John McEnroe versus Ivan Llendl. Finals, United States versus Czechoslovakia in the World Team Cup. McEnroe serving, bottom of your screen. Well over the baseline on the backhand. McEnroe opens with an easy point, 15 love. Wind now has really settled down. About 10 minutes before the match started, a big gust of wind came up, but at the moment, very little wind. Llendl with a big return. McEnroe now walking up. I think John, watch it on the replay as he comes in, hits the half volley. Now watch Llendl close very quickly, kills the ball right down the center. McEnroe looking over I think perhaps John felt it might have been a fault.
I think he thought that first serve was a fault. Important for McEnroe to get his first serve working quickly, because yesterday he served 10 double faults, and that was not good for him.
15 all. Llendl now way back on the serve, perhaps 12, 15 feet behind the baseline. And it's over.
30-15.
30-15. There you see Yvonne Llendl taking plenty of time and giving McEnroe a lot of room on that service return. Big serve down the middle, service ace. Caught Llendl moving to the left.
40-15.
And I think that's going to be an important part today, John. That first serve, if McEnroe can hit a few aces, he'll keep Llendl slightly off balance.
Absolutely, because he knows Llendl is almost certainly going to serve extremely well against him.
Game point, 40-15. McEnroe again trying that big serve out to the forehand. Hits it well over the service line. Second serve. Double fault. Spin second serve, but it went just beyond the service line. 40-30. We're a beautiful shot there of the Rokas Club. It's a red, slow clay court, typical European surface. Gives both players lots of time to move into their shots and slide into their shots. Miss hit. That'll go well over the baseline. Another big serve from McEnroe. And he holds serve in the first game of the first set. McEnroe leading 1-0. We'll be back after these words from your local cable systems.
This is the USA Network. Here is Lynn Teeter singing his nationally advertised LP, Good Morning, Beautiful Lady.
Good morning, beautiful lady.
You'll hear original songs and others you've heard and loved, like this one.
Oh, where can my baby be?
Hello, I'm Lynn Teeter. I want to share my new LP with you. You'll hear
everybody now sing and shout. Tell the world about this wonderful love that comes from above. All my life I've been looking for a dream. All my life I've been doing what it seems I shouldn't do.
Call this number toll-free to avoid COD and handling charges. Mail your checks to this address.
MasterCard and Visa are welcome.
Yvonne Llendl on the baseline, ready to serve in the second game of the first set. The score, love 1. Llendl having lost the first game as he lines up for the first point here. McEnroe quickly trying a return, getting to the net, hit it over the baseline. And John, I always felt first game that you serve in any match is maybe the most difficult.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of tension out there, and I'm sure the adrenaline is really flowing. And Llendl now knows that he must hold this first service game of his, otherwise he